Our case for this module is on the popular car ride app Uber, for whom I'd like you to write a mission statement and whose business model I'd like you to analyze by using the VARS framework that you've learned about. Many of you are probably familiar with Uber and may even have used the service, but in any case, let me take you on an Uber ride so we can see how it works. So I've already downloaded the Uber app onto my smartphone, and when I downloaded and installed it, it already linked up this Uber application to my email address and to my credit card account. So I'm going to fire up the Uber app now and order a cab from it. Okay, firing up the app now. And it asked me to set up a pickup location, which I want to be on 6th Street, right outside our building here. Okay. And as you can see, it already has my credit card number there, and it says tap to request UberX, and tells me the pickup time is approximately 5 minutes. So I will tap there, and it asks me to enter the destination. I will say downtown Champaign today. Okay. And it also tells me who the Uber driver is. This is a guy named Mark with a rating of 4.8. Tells me the vehicle's license plate number, as well as the fact that he's driving a Honda Accord, so I can find out who it is. If I wanted, I could look for other Uber drivers with a better rating perhaps, but I don't need to in this case. And so I will just wait to be picked up by Mark. So here we are waiting on the curb for Mark to show up. We're looking for a Honda Accord. Should be about a tan color. That might be it right there. So one of the things I'm curious about is why you started driving an Uber cab. What is it that motivated you?
Just to make some extra money. My son is a senior here at U of I, and I have a small business of my own that allows me the opportunity to schedule for myself. So just a convenient way for me to make some extra money. Always like driving. It's not a hassle for me, so it's just an easy way to make some money, meet people, talk to people.
A little bit about what you had to go through to become a driver for Uber.
You have to provide your social security number, all the normal things that you would for a job, and they do a background check. So they do a
no fingerprints though.
No fingerprints.
Yeah.
No fingerprints, but they do a DMV check, and then they do a background check to see if you have any kind of record. I would say that the attitude of the riders is different towards an Uber driver than it is a cab driver. And I think it's a much more positive attitude. I think when people get into a cab, they have preconceived ideas of what it's going to be about. They expect to be taken advantage of or cheated. And because of the application, it's pretty difficult to do anything like that with Uber. So I think people just have a more positive viewpoint of an Uber driver versus a cab driver. As I drop my daughter off for school at about 8:30, and then if I don't have work to do for my regular job, I'll turn the app on. If there's activity, I may end up driving for a good portion of the day. If there's little activity, I'll go home and just get to work at my real job. So it really varies from day to day.
That's really interesting. So at the end of this ride, I'll end up getting billed from Uber, right? And just come straight to my account, straight off my credit card.
Correct.
And then how do you get paid?
It goes right into my bank account, right into my checking account.
Okay. Supposedly it's a two-sided review process, right?
It is, yeah. I have to rate every driver, and unless somebody does something incredibly offensive or makes me wait a long time, I just give everybody a 5.
So when the ride is over, you just click on the app saying we're done with the...
Yep, it says complete ride, and then here's the stars, so I'll give you 5 stars.
Thank you.
Complete the rating, and then it'll calculate the price, and I'll know how much it was.
Does it tell you what the price is?
It does eventually, yeah. It used to show up right away. Okay, there it is. So total, it was, I think my end of it was $5.02, so the ride itself was probably about $7
somewhere in that range. Okay. As you saw, what Uber provides is essentially a service which connects passengers like myself with drivers like Mark in an efficient way. What Mark described as his motivations for becoming an Uber driver are not unusual. I have asked a few Uber drivers about their reasons for driving, and things like earning a little extra cash, flexible work hours, and interaction with customers are quite typical. One driver I had was a pharmacy student who said that he drove to de-stress himself and talk to people when he got tired of studying. Another driver was driving on weekends and worked as an engineer during the week to help pay for his daughter's private school. In the handout accompanying this video, you will find some additional information about how Uber actually goes about its business model, as well as internet links to additional information about the company. Please read the handout carefully and also do some research on Uber using the internet to conduct this case analysis. You might also find interesting information about Uber relating to specific topics of interest to you, including your local taxi market, which you are welcome to post and discuss in the discussion forums with other like-minded individuals. Your assignment is to write a brief memo in 750 words or less to Jack Kalanick, the CEO of Uber, first proposing a mission statement for Uber and briefly explaining why it is a good mission statement. Do not use Uber's actual mission statement if you find one on the internet. Then analyze and highlight key elements of Uber's business model using the VARS framework. In this analysis, you will need to explain V, what is Uber's value proposition? A, what key activities, resources, and capabilities are used to deliver this value proposition? R, what is Uber's revenue model or value realization strategy? And S, what key choices has Uber made regarding the scope of its enterprise? Have fun doing it.